Hello everyone, today we're here in another video of KSP1 and it's been a while since I've done another one. Recorded at least another one, so this could be a first time. And we're doing another KSP tutorial video, and we're going to go to Duna, so which is going to be a good first interplanetary mission, and we're going to get a lot of scientists for this mission. So let's just start with this mission off with just building the lander. So I'll try to build it exactly how I'm building it here, because then you'll know it works, because I'm doing the exact. You have to do the exact same thing to know it works, because if you do something different, then I don't know if it'll work, but you'll just have to see for yourself. But right now we're just building the lander can right now, which will contain all our experiments we have: the seismic scan, the boom, the barometer, thermometer, science junior, all those experiments. And then we're gonna put a satellite kind of thing, because we'll need to make some communications so we can communicate to other people. I'm just gonna rotate it like to a different place, and I'm actually gonna just put it somewhere else. But yeah, and then I make also, just if you forgot, if you're just starting out and you just want to like do a tutorial of some other missions, I'll check out my other video. I'll put a link in the description for the playlist, and it'll be a tutorial number 1 and number 2. So it'll be like first one, the Minimus mission, then one, and then I think this is number 3. I'm pretty sure this is number 3. So yeah, so this will be our first interplanetary mission to do somewhere else. So, but this will be like one of the closest planets to us. It's either Eve or Duna, but yeah, one of those. But right now we're just building the canister. So mine is like just gonna have like a little bit of fuel, because most of it is gonna be parachute slow down. But then we'll have to use most of the fuel just to get back to our mothership, because here we're gonna do a docking one. We're gonna land our lander can, and then we're gonna go back to our mothership. So this will be a 2-part rocket. So if you don't know how to dock, maybe I'll make a how to dock video, so if you just don't know. But it's pretty easy, so maybe I'll kind of teach you on the way there. But right now we'll just focus on the building. So make sure you put those batteries and solar panels, because then so we can stay charged and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, your lander can is pretty much done, so we'll just flip it over and add the docking port and the mothership stuff. So we'll put a docking port and the ship itself, so then we'll be able to this. It'll be our main ship, so we'll bring 3 Kerbals over there, and then one of them will land on the surface of Duna, do surface samples and all those other experiments, etc. And then we'll dock back to the mothership. We'll ditch the lander, and then we'll make sure we have all our Kerbals first. But yeah, and then we'll just go back home. And also, hopefully I've unlocked the nuclear engine from our last missions node, because that's how we're gonna get there with the nuclear engine. And my rocket's nuclear engine is just a little bit too big, but like I always say, I like to have more than enough fuel just in case. But there was a lot of fuel after this, but you can maybe take off a few fuel tanks. But if you want to be safe like me, do what I'm doing right now. So, and also make sure to put struts, because in one of my missions my nuclear engine kind of exploded because there was no struts, so make sure you do that. Then after that, just put 4 nuclear engines there, and then put like more fuel tanks down the middle. So then after that, you could just put your decoupler and then your fairing, basically. So we'll just do that now. So we're gonna put on like the airstream like fairing like right about now, and we're just gonna go place this up right now. And I think that's actually a pretty good fairing. If it doesn't look good to you, or like you just don't like how it looks or something like that, you could always fix it. But then after you're done placing the fairing, then you'll just place the struts. And also to make sure we're on the same page, the fairing we're using is like the 3 point something meter part, so don't use the 2.5 ones. Those are like something else. We're gonna use the big parts just to be safe, like I say, more fuel. Then also, I almost forgot the piercing stairs, so if you forgot them, just put them on right there, so you could just have it ready. So, and after that, just start adding your second stage, which will just be like one of those small big fuel tanks, and then just add a Rhino engine up under it. And then after that, you could just put a decoupler, and then then you could just add 2 of the big fuel tanks in the bottom of it. So like I don't know what they're called, but they're like one of the biggest parts of the 3.75 meter, I think. Then we'll put the Mammoth engine on the bottom. So then after that, we'll also use some side boosters just for more fuel, like I always keep saying for some weird reason. But after that, we're gonna have 2 side boosters, so make sure you use those separators. And then we're gonna put the, I don't know what's called, but like the kind of small ones, and then flip it around, and then you'll be able to just move the things down, and then after that, just when they're all down, then you could put an aerodynamic node just for like looks, I guess, and then strut it up, because if you don't strut it up, it'll probably just wobble around, maybe blow up your rocket. But make sure you strut it, okay? Just so you don't forget. And then after that, once you put all your struts, then I'm pretty sure we'll just start adding the, what is it called, decoupler fairing. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Clamps. We're gonna add the clamps on both sides, and after that, after we add the clamps, then I think we will be ready for launch or something like that. Oh, also remember to name your spaceship. So I'll just call it 5 because it's my 5th rocket. So save your craft, and then also put in your crew. So in the M13 command pod, not the MK1 lander. So once you chose your crew, you can launch it, and then I think that'll be pretty good for launch. Make sure you stage your rocket too, then you can launch it. Okay, after we're done building the rocket, head to your tracking station and make sure to get a Duna transfer window, like it says there in the text, and it'll look like something like that. But you like go back if you didn't see it, but like it looks something how it is. Then after that, you can just warp to the next morning. You could launch it on day, but then basically have it like a clock, and then like Earth Kerbin's like behind Duna, and Duna is like, so let's say Duna is like 12 o'clock and Kerbin's like 3 or 4 o'clock, probably 3 o'clock I'll do, and 2 or 3 o'clock, one of those. But if it doesn't make sense, just watch how it was in that picture there. So, and then that'll be pretty good transfer window. Maybe there could be better, but that's what I do, and it'll still be good. So once you're on the launch pad, then make sure to toggle your S, and then do some throttling, and you can go ahead and activate that launch and see your rocket go up. And also, my thing is going a little faster because I'm just doing 2 times speed. Usually I do 4 times speed because I just want to get through the mission quickly, but since this is tutorial mode, 1 time speed takes too long. It would probably be like 2 hours this mission, but just do 2 times speed, so this mission turned into like 38 minutes, so that's pretty good. Okay, so now we're just going up. Make sure when you reach like 1 kilometer away from the surface, start doing your gravity turn, so it'll be easier to get to orbit or something like that. Don't go straight up the whole way, because then you're kind of wasting fuel there, so make sure you don't do that. And then once you do that, slowly do your gravity turn, and then once you reach like 10 kilometers from the surface, then like be at least near 45 degrees. And there we have just separated from our SRBs, and we are going there. And right now our apoapsis is 20 something kilometers there, it says it's on the bottom, and we're not 45 degrees yet, but hey, that's okay. We're still able to get to space, don't worry. But then I realized, and now we're just starting to turn a little bit quicker, but hey, you could probably do better than I did here, because I actually recorded this mission a long time ago, back in 2023 about. But then it's been a while. I haven't recorded it in like a while, so I'm like, what I mean recorded, like do a voice recording, like when I'm doing that commentary. So this video is kind of old, but when I post it, then it'll be pretty new actually. But now our apoapsis is like 85 kilometers right now, and we have reached pretty good place, and we're just gonna go to our 90-degree mark, so then we can get ready for our orbit burn, or whatever they call circularization burn. And after that, I'm just adjusting myself, and then I'm just gonna do some time warp. We're at like 70 kilometers is where we'll enter space, and then we'll just time warp to our apoapsis mark, which is right there apparently. So we'll just go there, and while we do my burn, sorry, I'm gonna talk about stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any more KSP2 stuff, because I kind of don't know what to do there, because I still have a lot of stuff to do in KSP1, because I started playing KSP1 like maybe like 2 years ago, like when I actually was good at it, maybe like 1 year ago. But then KSP2 came out, and I still have to do a lot of stuff here, and get like maybe go to Moho, which is like the hardest planet to go to, or like build a Elu station or something like that. So, well, we technically do have an Elu station from that lander we ditched, but we'll just say we completed it. So there, we have just ran out of fuel there, so we're going to use the rest of our fuel from nuclear stage. And there we have a lot of fuel. I can't read it. It either says 8,000 meters per second of fuel or 6,000, but hey, it's pretty good. But the problem with nuclear engines is that they have such slow thrust to weight ratio, so that's why I don't really like them. But hey, they're good for interplanetary flight. Okay, so once you get your apoapsis and periapsis at least above space, or like at least close to each other, then set Duna as your target, and I make sure it's on the transfer window. If you don't know what it is, just go back to where it was, and then you'll see it there. But we'll just set up maneuver node. So I'm just gonna see where I set it, and then yeah, so set it like above, so like you go up. It's kind of hard to explain, but just set it where it is right now, where mine is, and then you'll be able to like get an encounter. So you see there, we'll just go up, and you see there we're really close to encounter, so we'll just go there, and we got an encounter with Duna. That's how easy it was, and only like 1,131 meters per second of delta V. But it could be cheaper, maybe like I don't know how cheaper it could be, maybe just 1,000, but there could have been more efficiency there, but yeah, it's okay. 1,100 is pretty good, especially with this big nuclear tank. Also, we just missed the lunar eclipse there, or lunar eclipse. Anyway, right now we're just gonna make sure you set your maneuver node to there, and then after that, this node will take some time. So I'm just gonna also just speed things up for this video, or else it'll take even longer than intended. So we'll just time warp, and we'll just go time warping right now. And then once we reach our node, then we'll be able to what is it? Then we'll be able to burn. So make sure you burn it like half the time. So this burn will take 4 minutes. So make sure you burn it like 2 minutes. So to make sure you do that. So we're gonna burn like about right now. So like 3, 2, 1, like now. So we're starting our burn right now, and we made sure it's like half the time than what the burn time is, because that'll be most efficient, I guess. But it'll still be good. Like sometimes at a very far burn, it'll take like a lot of time, but this burn will be pretty good. So right there, for me, like when I'm voice commentating this, it's kind of slow because I'm speeding this up by like 8 times speed, maybe 10 times speed, because of how slow nuclear engine burn is. And also, I don't really have any physics warp I can do, unlike in computer mods. So that's the sad thing about this. So I just hope maybe one day I could get computer KSP, but if I don't, that's okay. But right now we're reaching the end of our burn about, and we've almost got an encounter with Duna, and we're just gonna stop it right about there. And there we have an encounter Duna. There we go. And mine is not that close, but hey, we're gonna fix it up. So we'll just make sure we do a maneuver like halfway there, and we'll just fix it up. Do an inclination something. I forgot what the names of this stuff. It's been a while since I played KSP, so we'll just fix up what it is. So we did practice with this when we did our first min-miss mission, so it's pretty obvious. Just like halfway the mission, you just move your nodes and then just tinker around with it, and you should be able to get like pretty good. So there, it's kind of hard for me because I have a controller, not a PC, so it's kind of hard. So if you have a computer, it's easier, but you don't have. If you have a computer and KSP and you're watching this, you probably shouldn't. You should watch some other tutorial, because this is an Xbox tutorial, or maybe PS5 or something. Because this is not computer tutorial. If it was, watch someone else, because I'm showing you how to do an Xbox. So, but anyway, right now, besides the Xbox and all that computer stuff, right now, just make sure you fix your inclination to like. There's pretty good 51, because Duna's atmospheric line reaches to like 50 kilometers, so make sure it's above that. I like to do like 60 kilometers at least, so it's easier to dock, but don't do too low or else you'll burn up. So make sure you don't burn up, at least. And right now we're just gonna time warp away from Kerbin and see the beautiful view there. Say bye bye Kerbin, and we have reached deep space. And also, important thing: once you reach deep space, which is now, make sure that you do experiments, because we haven't got any experiments in deep space. So do all your experiments in deep space except the seismic scan. Don't do that one, because that won't work. Okay, so make sure you do all of them: the boom, the science junior, the mystery cube, did I say? Yeah, and a barometer, thermometer, but saves the seismic scan for landing on Duna, because it only works on body. So we could have done it on the Mun if we had it, but we didn't have that kind of technology. Also, make sure to do a crew report, because that'll also get you signed. So then once you EVA, do an EVA report too, because that'll work too. So just take your data there. So we could do another crew report, and then try to do an EVA report there, because that'll get us more science. And then after that, we'll just get all the science from you can from the science junior base. So like the science junior, the Mr. Goo, the barometer, the thermometer, the boom, and then that should be able just all be all the experiments. So make sure you take all that data, and once you get all that data, then you should be able to just get into your canister or whatever, your cockpit, and then just you'll be able to like just store your experiments. So I got all mine except the boom, but that there it messed up my node. So I was like kind of frustrated. So that was kind of bad. The reason that was bad is because it's kind of hard to get maneuver nodes set up in Xbox because of just how like fast they move. And also, I remember the first one story quickly. I remember the first time I went to Duna, I thought I could get an encounter with Ike that could give me a gravity assist to go Duna. But then when I did it, I was like, you know what, I'll just do a burn. And then when I did my burn, I was like, wow, it was actually pretty easy. So that's how it was. But anyway, I fixed it finally, which it didn't take that long actually, but I did fix it. And we're just gonna time warp to our maneuver node now, so we'll do full time warp. Too bad we don't have mods to do very fast time warp, but we're just gonna go time warp to our maneuver node, and then after that we'll be able to reach Duna and do some experiments high over Duna. And when you go to like planets with atmospheres in them, you can get even more science. Because let me explain. So you know there's like a high over Duna and a like near Duna science. Well, they have the same thing for atmosphere. So they have higher upper atmosphere and lower atmosphere. So you could take signs from the upper atmosphere. So like when you enter, they could take signs from the lower atmosphere, like maybe very close to the surface. So that's how that works. So we're gonna do that to get extra science points, so we could get the tech tree quickly. And we're just gonna do one biome too. We're not gonna do biome hopping, even though our craft could, but we're just gonna go there. And our inclination change worked, so we don't have to worry about anything. So we're in a pretty good place there. And now we're just gonna time warp very slowly, for me, slowly at least, but we're just gonna time warp all the way to the Duna thing, to the Duna encounter, and then the burn should be pretty easy, like 800 meters per second, and then we should be able to like go and just do our like, what is it, our burn. Yeah, okay, you know, I should just stop talking about that. Okay, but we are so close to entering Duna's sphere influence, and we have just entered it, and now this is just so exciting right now. Also, we basically spent like half the video just getting to Duna, so that's probably because we're building stuff like that, but there we go. We're just gonna get our burn, and this burn is gonna be pretty cheap, only like 800 meters per second of fuel, so that's actually pretty good. So there's Duna, and also make sure you do your experiments there. So make sure you do a crew report, Science Junior, goo, barometer, thermometer, and that's all basically. So make sure you do all that stuff except the seismometer, seismic scan, sorry, and because that only works with bodies, like I told you like a billion times. But we're just gonna do that stuff, and then after that, that should be pretty good. So that's all we'll have to really worry about there. So we'll just EV our Kerbal. We'll make sure we also get an EV report from the Kerbal if we haven't yet, but I also went out of control there, so I was kind of worried right now. So I was like, help me, because this happened before. I never knew what to fix it, but I finally fixed it by just turning off its RCS and turning it back on. So I was able to get out of that pickle there. So we're just gonna get our science data from the Science Junior, collect the data and restore the thing, and then we're gonna get our data from the mystery goose. So same thing, collect data and restore it. But there I just skipped that part because it was taking too long. So we're just gonna go and time warp to Duna's to the maneuver node, and this will only be pretty slow, like 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So we'll time warp to like until it's like 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's like halfway. So and once we get there, we'll just do our burn easy. So there we go. We're just starting our burn. It'll be pretty easy. I'll just maybe, I don't know if I'll time warp. I'll speed the video up so it doesn't take too long. And also here we're near Duna, so we could also do some experiments near Duna. So that's gonna be pretty good. So do the boom, the Science Junior. Well, you basically get it. You get it what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so we got all our experiments. We also got a little encounter there with Ike, but we didn't have to worry about Ike there, so we don't really need an encounter. But we easily got our burn to a nice and circular orbit, and now we're above Duna. So if you did every step right in the video, you should be above Duna right now. So if you are, you should be happier. This is your first interplanetary flight, and we'll just collect our data from near Duna, and then we'll just get ready to EVA or like undock and land, and then we'll just do a docking process, which should be pretty easy. I'll talk to you about it when we actually launch from Duna's surface, but right now we'll just collect the data, and then which should take some time. But basically, now that we got the experiments near and from Duna, we don't have to worry about any more experiments. But you could get more science from near Duna, like from above, maybe mountains or something like that. I don't know if that works there, but basically you could do something like that. But we don't have to worry about that, but because I'm just doing one biome basically. So we'll just get all that stuff, and then we'll just get the experiments from the boom, so download the data, and then yeah. And after that, I think we got all our experiments like outside of the atmosphere of Duna there. So I'm just gonna also set an action group because you know, I don't like to it just takes forever for me to do experiments. So I would just like to do the experiment in a click of a button. So that would be awesome. So we're just gonna quickly just make all the experiments go to the same place, and we'll just do like the experiment stuff. And yeah, if you learned action groups, and that's good, you should have put that in the beginning. But if you didn't, there's an easy action group editor. So there we go. And we'll just transition to our undocking there. So it's also the first time I used transitions in video editor, but we got our Kerbal in there. We undocked successfully, and we'll just turn on our engine so we can move away from it. Oh, and also I accidentally did a crew report there, but the reason is because in the action group I accidentally did the crew report thing, but we'll just fix that easily, and we'll start our descent to Duna. So we'll just turn on our landing gear in the retrograde there, which should be pretty easy. This thing has a lot of fuel, like 2,800 meters per second, and lowering, but also Duna barely has an atmosphere. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. If you go, you have to go like really fast to burn up in it, like maybe like 1,000 meters per second. But here we're going not that fast actually. So when we enter Duna's atmosphere, we barely have to use any engine. Basically, the Pearsons do all the job. So we're just gonna time here. I totally forgot that you could use time warp in Duna's atmosphere. I was like waiting there, like I was like, why am I taking? Why was I not doing time warp? But there, I finally did time warp. So there, we were just playing retrograde, maybe doing some aero braking, because Duna's atmosphere can help us slow down. But we barely used any of engine. We just used it to like maybe do a couple of burns and to like get out of Duna's orbit. So that's basically all we used that for. So that was pretty easy. So we're just like 15 kilometers away from the surface and dropping very fast. And there, I was afraid that the Pearsons would deploy, but there, the drogue parachutes did deploy, and they finally, the other parachutes deploy. I was kind of scared because we're getting too close to the ground. And there, wait, and I forgot to do experiments from the upper atmosphere, but hey, actually that's a good thing. So make sure you do your experiments from lower Duna's atmosphere, and then after that, do experiments when you're leaving Duna's atmosphere. Do experiments from upper Duna's atmosphere. So if you don't know what I'm saying, just do what the video is telling you. So then there, we're still going pretty fast though, like 12 meters per second. We'll probably just crash if we didn't use any engine. So we'll just use a little bit of our engine just to slow down. So because this was actually my second try, because my first try I wasn't using enough engine and we crashed, but this is my second try, and this one was actually successful, and we have landed. So we'll just EV our crew, Bob Kermit. Make sure you also have the scientist in. If you have the scientist in the thing, you can reset the stuff. So make sure that too. And now we'll just take all the data there, and then we'll do it again because we're on the surface of Duna, and then you can say your words there too, and we're gonna take the data, and so we could do that. And an EVA report. I'm not gonna take a surface sample yet, I think, yeah. And then after that, we'll just store all the experiments there, and then after that, we'll just do another experiment thing, and this will get us the most science of the whole trip because we're on the surface of Duna right now. So we'll just take all those experiments again. We can't do the boom when we're landed, so so make sure that it doesn't work. It only works from like you're in the air or something, but don't do it like in atmosphere because I'll probably destroy it. But also here you could do your seismic scan too, because we're in the surface, so you could see earthquake activity or something like that. So there, we took all our data. We'll take our first Kerbal steps, and we'll plant our flag. You can name your flag whatever you want, but I'm just gonna use this for a thumbnail. I'm just gonna name it like, I have no idea what I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna just name it something, and we're just gonna take a surface sample now. Don't forget that. That's the most crucial part of it. Yeah. And then we're just gonna go back to our ship. And luckily the jetpack barely works there. So if you didn't bring a ladder, hopefully a jetpack worked for you. So there you go. So we'll save the game just in case we crash and it doesn't work. So make sure you do a quick save. Okay, always do a quick save. And now we're gonna set 5 as our target. So make sure when you're docking, it has to be like near, like almost above you, not like completely above you, but almost. And then launch. For like maybe no atmosphere, just go straight, like just go like 90 degrees. But here, since there's an atmosphere, just go like straight up. So don't worry about it, just go straight up, since it'll be like since there's an atmosphere. But if no atmosphere, just go 90 degrees once you avoid any mountains. And then there, it's slowly going up because the Terry engine has some low thrust to weight ratio, but luckily Duna's atmosphere is very thin, so we don't have to worry about like all that stuff. But with this should be pretty easy. So we're just going up, and our target is like right above us, but make sure you also in diagonally you're going the right way too, because here I just realized I wasn't, so I'm just fixing that up. And then here we'll once you reach the orbit of it, then you'll just create a maneuver node to get ready and like actually dock with it. So I'm just gonna do a maneuver node that will like make sure the atmosphere doesn't slow you down, because if you didn't know, there's still atmospheric drag. So after that, you could also do your experiments from upper's atmosphere here too, so you could get those science points. And after that, you should maybe get ready a maneuver node pretty soon once you leave Duna's atmosphere. Well, do we have to? Yeah, we'll create a maneuver node there. Just go pro grade. And here I set my maneuver node, so I just went a little bit higher. And make sure like those two, either the purple or orange nodes match up as close as you can. And then if they do, then that means you're encountering them. So those purple nodes there, that's my encounter. So it'll be like, but it won't work there because it says my thing will be too low. So this maneuver won't work. So don't copy this maneuver node. Just I'm just gonna point pro grade the whole time here. So because I don't want to point down, I'm just gonna go pro grade, and then after that we'll see a matchup here. And as you see here, this matchup won't work either, so we'll have to go up, and then we'll just keep going pro grade here, or like just up basically, and we'll just fix it up a little bit, and we'll just go up, and then we should get an easy encounter there, which it shouldn't be too fast, but like pretty good. So as you see there, once I got in orbit, we just got an easy encounter. Then we'll get a good encounter, so don't worry, okay? And then so we'll just go to that encounter. So basically, just get into orbit, get an encounter, then doing a maneuver node that'll get you an encounter, and then that should be how it is. So then and try to match it up. Right here, the closest I'll get is like 1.5 kilometers, which is 1,500 meters away, which is pretty good. So try to get something like that, or even less. Less is even better. So right here, this was the stressful part for me, because I'm still like a newbie to docking, but hey, I was able to dock, so don't worry. I was able to dock. Spoiler alert, sadly, but okay. We're just gonna come up to the node, to the intersection point, and then make sure you point retrograde, and make sure you have your meter per second thing on target, not like orbit or surface, or else it won't work. So also start pointing retrograde on your target node, and go to like 0 meters per second at least, so you can slow down, and try spotting your target. And there it is. There's my target over there, that yellow thing. And then after you slow down enough, there you go. Then point target, and then just repeat this process. So target, retrograde, target, and retrograde. And then you just keep doing that, and then that should get you to your target close enough to dock. If you brought thrusters, it'd be even easier to use, but I didn't bring any thrusters, so we'll just do this the harder way, with just engine power. And then once you get like close enough, just try to set like something. Try to set your docking port to your target only when you get close enough, but here I'm not too close enough, so here I'm just trying to point the right direction here. So we're just going really slow to the thing because we're like so close. Then after you get close enough, we'll be able to set the docking port as our target, and then we'll face the docking port, and then we'll just do that. So there you go. We're kind of slowly drifting away, so make sure you do retrograde, and so you could kill off all your speed, and then we'll set it as our target, and then point target to the docking port, and then that should be able to dock, and that'll be pretty good dock. So if it doesn't work, just use a little bit of your engine, but we still have a lot of fuel on it. In this, I didn't know how to transfer fuel, but that's okay. We don't need to transfer the fuel, so we'll just EVR Kerbal. Make sure you take all the experiments from the lander can, because if you don't, you just lost all your experiments. And here, so make sure you take all that experiments, or else you know what, you will not get any sense. So there's 33 there, and also you take all your experiments from the Duna mission from upper atmosphere, because hopefully you took data from the upper atmosphere of Duna. So we'll just collect the data and restore. We don't really have to restore it, but I'm just restoring it for fun because we won't really use it again. So we'll just take our data. Make sure you take all the data from all the experiments, and not the seismic scan though, because we already took that data, and the mystery cube. So, and after you do that, you can go back into your mothership pod, and then that's probably not yet mission accomplished, but that's probably the main part of the mission, getting all your things. So there we go. We got everything. We're going to our pod, and now we just need to wait to get into a counter with Kerbin. So to get an encounter with Kerbin, it's gonna be like the same thing with Duna, where Kerbin's like 2 or 3 o'clock away, and then we'll just what we'll do is just we'll do the same thing, but instead backwards. So here we'll just do time warping until we get to good spots. We'll do 10,000 time warp, and then we'll just wait until a good spot. Here I'll probably just stop it, but you'll see where. So I don't even know why I'm showing it if I won't even show the whole thing. So make sure it's the same place as last time. So same place from our launch window, okay? So if you get it there, you'll be able to get back to Kerbin safely, okay? So, and if we get back to Kerbin safely, we'll get all our data, and you'll be able to unlock all the science. So we'll just go, and for some reason I just stopped recording there. I don't know why, but basically so we'll set up our maneuver node and make sure it's the same place as last time. Like when I mean same place, like when we launched. And so set your maneuver node, but this time in front of Duna, not behind Duna, like in the dark side, in the light side basically. But don't do it too much. This will be actually a pretty cheap burn, only like 800 meters per second probably, since probably that's how much it took just to get out. But we'll see. So far, we'll only need like, I still need to do the node, but like we'll just need like, okay, we're getting our encounter nods there, and we got an easy encounter Kerbin there. Well, it's still not there, but it's like there right now, and this only costs us like 900 meters per second, which is pretty good. So once you get an encounter Kerbin like that, then that's like your good spot. Like you'll be able to easily get an encounter there, and you don't have to do retrograde and prograde, but then you'll have to, sorry there, just kind of burped there, but then you'll have to do an inclination change again, since we have to go like to Kerbin's atmosphere to aero brake, since I mean we could possibly slow down with our engines, but aero braking is funner. But since we have the whole crew, we can undock from the poor spacecraft and leave it basically part 1 of the space station. But anyway, right now we'll just get ready to our maneuver node, and then we'll just head out to get ready to go to Kerbin. This will be a pretty short burn, only like 2 minutes and 27 seconds. So we'll start like 1 minute and 15 seconds about. So just some quick math there. If I'm wrong, then I'm sorry, but I'm just wrong. But we'll just go to the thing, and once we get to our maneuver node, time to burn. I was kind of afraid I would crash into the laser can there, but luckily we just barely missed it, barely. Like right here we're about to start. Wait, I'm so off right now. I was not at the right spot, but like there, I barely missed it. So not barely, but like at least I didn't crash into it. So there we're just gonna start burning. Then we'll speed up the footage a little bit just so it can go faster, because we don't want this to take like 2 hours. But right now we're just gonna speed things up. Everything seems to be going pretty fast for you guys, but for me it took forever, so I just ate something while I did it. But there we go, pretty good. We're really close to our Kerbin encounter there. So, and there we go, we got our encounter there. So it's like right near Kerbin, like near Mid-Mrs. orbit, but just higher. So we'll just get your inclination change. Remember what to do. You'll just go down, move your inclination change node down, and then like prograde and retrograde, or maybe like radial in or radial up. I like to do retrograde and prograde, so we'll just do that stuff. And then after that, we'll just we could use the MUN to slow us down, but hey, aero brakes are funner. And there we go, we're pretty close to the atmosphere. At least go like 30 kilometers away from the surface for Kerbin, because then we'll crash into the atmosphere and then slow us down enough. But there, I'm obviously way too fast, so I'm just trying to go slowly. This part does take kind of long, I guess, because of how Xbox and controllers work. So I'm trying to go slow as you can. And as I see, I mess up there again, and I really don't like this thing anymore. This is why I don't play a lot of. This is why I kind of stopped playing KSP, because of how long it took just to do one maneuver node. Unless it was like a simple one, like a circulation one. But like inclination change, those ones hurt me. Literally, they hurt my hands sometimes. But anyway, right now we're just gonna time warp to our maneuver node. I just didn't care about it, so I just gotta adjust it when we made it to Kerbin or something like that. I forgot this whole mission, because it's been a while since I've done it. Like 2023, I did it. And we're about to make it to our maneuver node, and yeah, kind of passed it by like 40 minutes, but we'll just start it right there. And as you see there, our maneuvering out our inclination or orbit's coming near, but to fix it, it's like way off from it. So to fix it, we'll do some. It's either, I think, radial. Yeah, it's probably radial in we'll do, and then that will get the final touches to get to Kerbin's atmosphere. So make sure it's like, oh, I missed that completely. There, I was like, I can't do this. So I shut down half of the engines just so for this to work, because I couldn't really change the thrust. So as you see, that also did not work. So this is just kind of slow. So I had to change the thrust limit, but it doesn't change it for both engines for some weird reason. But there, I tried to do it as close as I can, and there we go. Finally, it's slow, and make sure it's like 30 kilometers, okay, or 9 kilometers. I was okay with that. Okay, just do at least 30 kilometers or lower, but not like collision course, okay, or else that's gonna maybe rougher re-entry. So unless it's really needed. But there we're just gonna time warp to our what is it called? Our encounter with Kerbin, and then we'll detach from this thing, from our tin can of nuclear plutonium or whatever kind of substance are there when we're like pretty close to the surface. Here we're not gonna go that fast. We're gonna go like maybe about as fast as we are from Minmus, because we're not entering from such a far place like Elu. If you see my Elu video, I go like 7 kilometers per second, which is actually pretty fast. But here we're gonna detach from it like about maybe like I don't know when, but like now basically. We get detached from it, and then we're just gonna turn on parachute. So when we reach good air, it's gonna open up, and now we're going like 3,700 meters per second. So that's actually a little faster than my Minimus mission, but hey, that's okay. So we'll just go, and our appearance is in the negatives, which means we have landed. So our parachute's opened up, and it's still not the end of the video when we land, because we need to buy all this stuff with this awesome juicy science we're gonna get. So we're still landing. We don't know how much science I got. I forgot how much science I got, but a lot. Okay, let's just say a lot of science we got. So right now we're just still doing our soft little landing, and right now we're just gonna wait for I guess just to land, and we have landed, splashed down, and we'll just recover our vessel. Just a little picture there, and we're just go to daytime. Just the astronauts slept, the Kerbinauts slept there, but now we're gonna recover our vessel. We'll see how much science we got. Let's see, we got like, I have no idea what I got. We got like 6,000 science points. Wow, it's actually pretty good. So let's buy all the stuff from like this tier. So just buy what I'm buying if you want to like do a successful next mission. So we're gonna buy like big parts, advanced meta materials. Let's see, what else are we gonna buy? I don't know what I bought. So we're gonna buy that, scanning tech, unmanned tech, high power electrics. We're gonna buy. I don't like Ion for some reason, but advanced science, I'll unlock the Mud launch pad because I have the DLC, but we're not gonna use that. We're gonna do architectures, advances, heavy aerodynamics, and here. Oh my gosh, I can't say that. Okay, we're also gonna get. I'm thinking of buying that thing, advanced electronics, I think it's called, and that's all we got. So I hope you enjoy this video. Please like, also make sure to subscribe and share this with other people, and bye.